Ladies and gentlemen, my favorite pattern in today's market. Melnick will expose himself on the charts. For an extra $19.99, maybe not the charts. We're going to talk about Netflix earnings. We're going to talk about the open house day 2, and we're going to go through your live emails unvetted. I am Mark Melnick, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the Newsbeat Show. This following Newsbeat Show has been brought to you by T3 Live. Thank you so much for making tomorrow's traders educated today. Who doesn't like free tendies? Click the link in the video description to get free tendies. And not only that, there's a link in the description for a free open house. We will welcome you in. We will give you all of our strategies. We'll show you how you make money. And we'll actually psychologically fix you from your toxicity and try to help you and go out of our way beyond any other service in the industry to stop your destructive behaviors. Did you know that I am the director of professional trader and director of psychology here at T3? If you don't believe me, it's right over there. I dropped out of college after a year. But I did read tens of thousands of psychology reports, which qualifies me. How many of you guys psychology have I helped over the years? All right, so maybe. I don't know. So let's go ahead and go right into it. I am going, yeah, just like one or two or three, 30, 10,000, 20, 30,000. We're going to talk about my absolute favorite trading pattern. I print money all the time with this pattern. It is absolutely amazing. It's a 2-minute green takes red strategy. If you want to know the strategy, sign up for the open house. We'll give it to you for free, but I'm still going to show you exactly what I'm doing. I just don't want to focus on the strategy part of it. I'd rather just give you for free. So there's a very simple way I make money. The following way I make money is Chippendale Rescue Rangers. I buy long a gapped up stock or a stock that is trading positive on the day. It has to be trading above the first 2-minute high of the day between 9:30 a.m. and 9:32 a.m. That first 2-minute bar, it has to be trading above it. And I like to apply these 3 strategies, number 3, in which I share with you. A little more professional look here of the strategy is the same thing. I buy long either a gapped up stock or a stock that's trading positive on the day. If it was negative and it went positive, it could work later in the day. You got to trade above the first 2-minute high, and then you could do a Mark 1 know your limit or 2-minute green take red strategy. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you these strategies and what I do and how I did it today, and then we're going to go into Netflix, and then we're going to go into live unvetted emails. We're going to take all the good, the bad, the ugly. You get to ask me all your questions. This is what we do here in the Newsbeat live room, and we're going to share that with you as well. So on today, we were watching Tesla, which pretty much like every day. And what I did was, without using all the moving averages and whatever and all the fancy schmancy stuff, I just want you to focus in. That this is the first 2-minute bar. You got your first 2-minute bar right over here. And I drew a straight line showing that really when you were above it. And when you finally got above this first 2-minute line, as you could see from the left side, it was literally starting to go above right before 3 o'clock, like around 2:45 p.m. today. And I was able to print a lot of money after this happened in Tesla. And this is actually common. It happened every time Tesla's trading above this first 2-minute high. It's easy to trade. Not only that, it's easy for people with smaller accounts to trade because it's options. There are people with, $2, $3, $4, $5,000 accounts who can easily scalp Tesla options, but they can't really do much with the shares because the shares are too expensive. So these are all option trades. Some people like to do common stock. It works with common stock as well. But honestly, I would be more comfortable with 50 contracts, which is the equivalent of 5,000 shares of Tesla, over 1,000 normal shares of Tesla. I'd be more comfortable with 50 contracts than 1,000 shares of Tesla personally. and I'll make a shit ton more money if I'm right. I might lose a little more if I'm wrong too. But what I'm showing you today is a very simple concept. It's a 2-minute green takes red look. We had these slides from a while ago. Buy a longer gapped up stock or a stock that's trading up on the day. So even if it starts negative and then goes higher, you can do it. You need to be trading above the first 2-minute high. There are three strategies which you can actually apply once this actually happens. You can actually apply three strategies: the Mark 1 Know Your Limit and 2-minute green takes red. But for the sakes of this video, I'm going to show you the green takes red. And what I did was I actually just drew little green lines above the candlesticks to show 9 trades that are doable based on the methodology. And I made a lot of money on this today in a very short amount of time. It literally was the best trading I had today. I think the market has been very choppy and difficult recently, but still, when these setups emerge, you have to take advantage of them. So literally, during this whole stretch here, I was pretty much, for the most part, sitting on my hands, doing absolutely nothing. Over here, in this entire range, to me, is a waste of time. The real question is, do you have what it takes to sit on your hand and do nothing? I mean, literally, I kid you not, just literally waste of time. Just blot it out. Just blot it out. And then when you finally get above that first 2-minute high, which was again where this yellow arrow is, you have a 2-minute green takes red strategy. So, of course, you might be asking, well, what is the 2-minute green takes red strategy? This is not going to be an educational video. If you want to join the open house, I give it to you for free. The open house to join the open house is free. There's a video to how to do the strategy. It's not a secret. You don't have to pay for it. I'm just sharing with you today how I exploit it on Tesla. So right over here, what you're doing on the green takes red, very simply, is you're waiting, and this is a 2-minute chart. Oh God, that looks terrible. It's like Picasso when he got arthritis. All right, so we got a 2-minute chart here. We have a 2-minute chart. Ta-da! We'll make it yellow. We got a 2-minute chart here. So each one of these candles represent 2 minutes. I'm going to zoom in. And what you see here is basically when you're trading above this yellow line right here, this sideways yellow line, this is where the first 2-minute high was. I basically started here. It gave you a bunch of little cute opportunities right there, right there, right there. And what I'm doing is I'm waiting for a 2-minute red candle and I'm buying it as long as the current candle goes above the top of the red candle. So if you literally zoom in over here, and I'm zooming in really good to the point where you could see the candlestick's pores if you wish, what you'll notice is literally the red candle right over here, it went above it. This green candle right over here, this green candle here, went above the prior red candle. Just a little blip. You see it happens. Maybe I should use this. You see it happens right over here. You see that? Like right over there. You see how this green candle right over here, that green candle, goes above the red candle and it pushes through. It wasn't a big move over here, but it pushed through. And it pushed through over here. And it literally, even though coming back, it literally pushed through over there and then dropped. And then it pushed through over there. And this one was huge. It pushed through over here. Look at that move in 2 minutes. Just to give you a little bit of context. Just to give you a little bit of context. Um, I zoomed out a little too much there. This candlestick right over here, this one moved Tesla about, what is that, 4 or 5 points? I could literally look at it right over here. I mean, Tesla explode. This candlestick was 2 points, and the next candlestick was 2 points. There's almost a 3 point and change move within 4 minutes. But just going, whoops, not this chart. That's the rules. Just going back right over here, just to give you context of how fast, and I believe once you master it, easy is my opinion. I can't legally tell you to buy or sell anything, nor would I. But this right over here, when that green candle right over here went above this red candle right over here, this red candle, when this green candle broke through, just to give you a little bit of context, just a little. If I had a $30,000 account, like one of those hi, I'm above PDT and have a little cushion, one of those accounts, and I wanted to take a very quick scalp, I can't say it exactly to the penny at the time, but I will say, move like that, I can make $3,000, $4,000 within less than a minute. Like 3, 4 grand in like less than a minute. And it's crazy because it's just so much money and so much reward for looking at something so simple. And with these 9 trades, just waiting for you literally just wait for a red candle on the 2 minute chart and just wait for any other candle to break it. And it's just tremendous amounts of money. Even this right here, you might look at this and say, oh, that's not a lot. Look, it barely broke it. Barely broke it, Mark. Look at this trade right over here. Barely broke it. This one, like, right? Look, I'm talking about these two candles over here where the green took the red right over there, like these two. You might say, oh, it wasn't much, but I'm front running this thing based on a front run strategy, which I share with you for free. There's a strategy I created called front running. And on a trade like this, you can make, again, thousands of dollars, and it takes very little effort. You're not sitting there watching your position jump up and down against you. You're not sitting there saying, I need to make a certain amount of money. You're not sitting there thinking, how much money do I got to lose if I'm wrong? You're literally taking the win or taking the loss, literally based on time, not based on levels. And then trades like this, I mean, I'm taking it real light today. Again, not only because of the open house, but we're in a low conviction environment. So, like literally today, um, I share my tier conviction every day on my private Twitter feed for members, and I'm sharing it in the open house as well. So don't worry if you're not, a member yet. If you're in the open house, you get access to it simply because I post it, so you'll always see what I'm posting in the room based on the Twitter. And it was a low light day. Even on a low light day, again, I'm not here to cause FOMO, but I printed like mid-ish 4 figures on little moves like that, tiered way down, like tiered light on these little stupid 9 trades. That is my approximation. I'm not looking exactly the numbers, but that's my approximation that I made on these little trades right here. Just watching, waiting for a red bar and buying it as soon as it looks like it's going to go through. That's pretty much what I did. And as soon as it goes through, what do? Sell. But what if you buy it and it goes against you? Sell. What if you buy it and it goes with you? Sell. And many people on Wall Street have this mentality, this very toxic attitude, and I'm going to share with you a very beautiful story. Do you guys want a beautiful story? Like one I would read to my kids at night, except for you guys in the trading world? Yeah. All right. And it has to do with trading, what people expect in trading because they feel they have to do certain things a certain way. And I want you to know it's not your fault. It's what Wall Street did to you and what Wall Street has put you through that this has actually happened. And what happened was a man was walking through an elephant camp over in India. They have the elephant camps there, and he spotted elephants that weren't kept in cages or being held by chains. A lot of times they have a rope or a chain around one of their feet, and there's a stick attached to it and a stake in the ground in which it's attached to, and they're pretty much trapped at that point. All that was holding them back from escaping the camp was a small piece of rope tied to one of their legs. As the man walked through the elephant camp, true story, by the way, he was confused to why the elephants didn't just use their strength. It's the largest land mammal. Why didn't they just use their strength and break the rope? It was attached to a spoke. I mean, they could break. They could easily have done it, but instead, they didn't try to escape at all. So he goes over to the elephant keeper. There's a name in Indian for it. I don't remember, but he goes to the elephant keeper. It was guy from the United States who traveled there. He goes to the keeper of the elephants, the zookeeper, or whatever you want to call him. And curious to wanting to know his answer, he asked the zookeeper and trainer, he also trains the elephants, why the elephants were just standing there and never trying to escape. And the trainer said something very interesting. He said, when they're very young and much smaller, we use the same size rope to tie them at that age, and it's enough to hold them. As they grow up, they are conditioned to believe they can't break away. They believe the rope can still hold them, so they never actually try to break free. Years later, when they're much stronger, the only reasons that the elephants weren't breaking free and escaping from the camp was that over time they adopted the belief that it wasn't possible. In India, there's not a lot of money in the zoos. They don't have these like huge caged, gated habitats, so they just literally tie it to a rope and they're conditioned to think that they can't break away. And you want to know what the moral of the story is? No matter how much Wall Street tries to hold you back, tries to tell you how things are, no matter how much this world tries to hold you back, always continue with the belief that what you want to achieve is possible. Believing you can become successful is the most important step in trading, in actually achieving it. People are conditioned that they have to catch the big move. Wall Street literally destroys people. Why do 98% of people trade if we have all the best strategies, all the best gurus, all the best education, all the best thing, all the best tools, all the best information? Why are, and you might say it's not 98, I think it's 95 or 90 or 92 or 90. It doesn't matter what you think. Why are the vast majority, it's over 90 is my point. Why do the vast majority of traders fail? If we have all this information, why don't we be real for a second? Because you were taught a certain way to make money and it is ineffective for the masses. So, literally, you are being sucked into programs. Imagine an educational program where they said, we'll give it to you for free, but if you succeed, you're obligated to pay us twice as much. Instead of charging you $3,000 for a course, we're charging you $6,000, but only if you're making money, consistently over time. How many people would buy into that? Or you owe us nothing, and we'll only give it to you if you agree to that. How many people would buy that? I mean, I would. You're pretty much banking on my success. If I'm not successful, you're not successful. You only make money if I make money. I only make money if you make money. That's pretty much what we're doing here in the Newsbeat live room today. I am literally giving you everything I have. I am literally opening up the gates to our home. I'm inviting you into our family. Go use the bathroom. Oh, you need to, use the bathroom? Go ahead. Use the bathroom. You want to sleep over? We have a room for you. You want all our strategies? You want to see how we do it? You want to see how we print paper? Come take a look. And if you can't do it over time, you're not going to stick around. But if you are successful and you like what you see and you believe in this product, you're going to sign up another year. And you're going to sign up another year. And if you feel yourself growing, you're going to sign up another year. And another year. And another year. And now all of a sudden you are paying. You are paying to be part of this room. I just didn't need to nickel and dime you at the front door because I have enough confidence in the system that if you do stick around, you're going to want to stay around. That is my pledge to you. That is why you get all these things free. Free mentoring, free email mentoring 7 days a week, free strategies, free updated strategies as the market evolves, free psychology talk. You know how many people said they got rid of their shrink ever since they met me? And that I'm saving them money on their shrink? It's crazy. You get all of that here. Don't, no matter how much the world tries to hold you back, no matter what beliefs they instilled in you, I need you to know the simple fact, which no guru likes to talk about, is that the majority of people do fail. I am trying to change that in the Newsbeat live room. I don't believe that in the Newsbeat live room that the majority of people fail. In fact, from the numbers I see, the majority of people are confident. The majority of people are succeeding. The majority of people are succeeding. So literally recently, I asked a question. It was it's right over here. Literally, this is from June 7th. And I literally asked people in the room an open-ended question. How confident are you that you'll make money tomorrow? Not at the end of the week, not at the end of the month, not at the end of the year, tomorrow. 79% of the people in the room, and it was run live on the Newsbeat show, an open poll that was shown in real time as the votes were coming in. So it could have looked I could have looked real dumb, but 79% are confident in their almost 80%, almost 4 out of 5 people are confident that they were going to make money tomorrow. In an industry where 80% of people fail, those numbers are unheard of. And the way I accomplish this is I don't want your money nickeling and diming you for new strategies, for mentoring, for all this. I don't need to nickel and dime you for that. I want you to succeed. And one of the ways I help people succeed is constantly answering their questions, constantly going through their emails in real time. And we call that Ask Mark. And we're going to have a little session today where we're going to help out people right now. All right. Um, all right. Um, the title of this is July Struggles. Keep in mind I have not gone through these emails. I literally just click them, highlight, copy, and paste, and try to leave out somebody's name at the end. Um, hmm? Oh, I was about to say, where was your email? There was more to it. Okay, here we go. Hey, Mark, I had my best month ever in June. Thanks to you and the Newsbeat live room for that. Since the first full week of July, I have struggled. Still up money for the month, but has been tough as I've had 4 losing days so far in July. I average 2 to 3 a month. So this is from a successful Newsbeat live member, and he's struggling right now in July. Even though he's up money, he's not doing as well as he was before. All of the trades except for the first Mark 1 and Know Your Limit 8 coincide with red 2-minute bars. I'm a scalper, so most of my wins and losses are about the same as yours. I only trade until 11 a.m. I've also gotten some sus and inconsistent PI from Fidelity. I've reviewed my trades and they are all okay, no tilts, all of them make sense, would take all of them 100 out of 100 times, as you would say. I'm somewhat used to the market slowing down, but I've not experienced a shake-up this drastic in my P&L before. Any advice? Still making money, just a bit down in the dumps at the moment psychologically. Um, I will tell you, I'm probably on track making 20-25% of what I did in June. I too had my best month ever in June. It's in 22 years as a trader. It's my advice for you is July's usually suck. Don't get flustered with it. I know after you come off your best month ever, more often than not, your next month isn't as good, but that's not even what's bothering you. It's not that it's just not as good. It's like much harder all of a sudden. And I feel that. And I feel that too. And this month has been difficult in a lot of ways. Most Julys are difficult. Most Augusts are difficult. September is 50-50. October is 60-40. And then November, December, January, February, March, April are gold. And then May is 50-50, and honestly, June usually sucks. June, July, August are usually bad. Ironically, we had a really good June. Wish it continued into August. Wish it continued into July, but that's just what the market is. That's just what the market is. You just have to constantly find new things. And if literally watching the beginning of this video, you would see exactly one of the strategies that I love. And granted, it happened after 11 a.m. today after you left, but I would just stay vigilant. You're still making money. Yes, it's not as much as you are making in June. A lot of people run into problems in July. That's a very common thing over my 22 years. Just stay vigilant and constantly learn from what you're doing. The sus PI, usually this is how I get good price improvement, literally by following these rules. And if you don't know what price improvement is, you could look it up. It's something that most brokers offer. If you're following these rules, you'll usually do better. Not always, nothing's 100%, but this is how I usually do better. And unfortunately, the only way you could follow this rule on Tesla today was like pretty much right around 3 o'clock today, which is when you stop trading, which is fine. I would just be aware of this. Don't beat yourself up. Stay vigilant. Keep going. Don't don't let it get to your head. Hey Mark, I just spent 3 weeks moving from Northern California to Southern California. I was wondering if we could get a small recap of what has been working lately as far as strats are concerned. Perfect. You happened to ask the question as I showed you. Literally, Mark ones for myself personally. Everybody's different. Mark ones, know your limits in green, 2 minute green take red. Those have been the three strategies. And again, if you're inside the open house, we give you those strategies for free. Or maybe are a good reference of a video that I need to watch while I was gone. Many thanks in advance. Can't wait to get back in the chair. Congratulations on your move. I know it's you sort of have to get within your element. Again, I would say, watch the new orientation video that we did for the open house and watch the last orientation video that we did as well. The accelerator course rather. Okay? That'll help you, man. Congratulations on your move. Northern California is a shithole. Southern California, also a shithole, but with better weather and the same shitty taxes. Oh, I went there. Oh, well, you didn't think I was gonna go there? What's up? What's up, son? How you doing? Nice move, bro. Yeah. Did I stutter? No, yeah, I said that. Next email. Hey Mark, I was wondering if you have any ideas for gaining more trading confidence. I feel like I'm making good progress, but there's still a part of me that thinks I'm just lucky, or just getting lucky. I'm green on the year in this month so far, but not by a lot. What would you do if you felt this way? More chart recaps on your trades throughout the day, really study them, just give it time, and eventually, with more green days and years, it will become confidence. Thanks again, Mark. Confidence is earned by consistency. Confidence is not earned by making money. See, that's the funny thing. Talk to a trader who's up a million, and I'm sure it's some of you, like talk to some of our seven-figure traders here who are up massively, who all of a sudden go on a cold streak and drop 100,000. They're pretty much saying they're like, my trading career is over. Everything is done. I feel horrible. I feel like shit. I feel like this. I have no confidence anymore. That's a fact. The way you earn confidence The way you earn confidence, ladies and gentlemen, is by making money every single day or approximately every single day. If you have 4 days max losing a month without like having huge losses bigger than your wins, you're going to gain confidence naturally. That's how you gain confidence. Being up money does not garner you confidence. That's why when people share P&Ls, it's just like, yeah, all right. So what if somebody had a shitload of money? You know what? One of these, it's so funny. I'm not. I heard a story. I'm not gonna share. It's a story. I can't verify it. I don't get bank statements from people. I heard a story of a guru who into Apple earnings. What wasn't Apple? I'm sorry. Into Amazon earnings. Bought $500,000 worth of calls in one account and $500,000 worth of puts in another account. Amazon gapped up massively. The puts account got wiped out completely. The put account got shit on, and the call account made a shitload of money. No, not 500,000 calls and puts. No, no, no. $500,000 worth of calls and $500,000 worth of puts. The person ended up making money overall between the two accounts. I think it was up like again, just a story. I can't prove it or whatever. Like I don't get bank statements and trading records, so I don't want you to whatever. But I mean, I believed it. The person made, I think it was about 1.2, 1.3 million on the calls, and the puts just got like he lost like 900 something, whatever thousand, almost $0 those puts were worth, right? What the person did was he took the account that was up money and said, shared his P&L for the year. How are you doing trading this year, bro? Here's my verified account. I'm up 1.2, 1.3 million. How you doing, bro? And you know what? This is the same person who is trying to teach others how to trade. Can you understand what a scumbag that move is? Do you understand how evil that is? So when I talk to you and I tell you it's about making money every day, it's about making money every day. Yes, you're not going to make money every day. I've had losing days this year, but you should have enough winning days where you can't, where you're so consistent that you're pretty much, once you get to the point, I mean, when you start saying like I have two, three, four losing days a month, you're on track to having zero losing days a month. It's crazy. You can actually improve from there. Like I had zero losing days last month, and without that Schwab issue, if that comes true, I'll have zero losing days this month. And I don't remember. And I did lose. I had losing days this year. I just don't remember. It will get to that point. You will get to that point. That's how you garner confidence. It's not about you could say I'm up money, but I'm not feeling it because your body doesn't believe it. It's not with more green days and years. It's with more consecutive green days. Period. If you're having one, two, three, four losing days a month, you're going to be confident. Considering you're not having like blowout days where you're doubling down on losing positions like a moron, like I did and many people out there have done, where it's psychologically toxic. Do you know doubling down is a result of the strategy you're doing? You're doing a strategy that is psychologically toxic and it just literally ends up blowing you up. You know what it's like? It's like taking a professional race car driver who knows how to drive a car and saying, drink alcohol, drink alcohol, drink alcohol, drink alcohol, drink alcohol. Eventually, the person is going to swerve and crash. Just keep drinking until you black out. That's what happens. So it's kind of funny. The C strategies I show you are based on consistency, not on making money. Making money is just the side effect of it. Strategies aren't meant to make money if they're done correctly. They're meant to keep you psychologically strong and safe, and as a result make money. If you think it's all about making money quick, go rob a bank. You'll get your money real quick. Go rob your bank. You'll make money real quickly. But no, Mark, I wouldn't do that. Of course you wouldn't, because you're not an idiot. Yet some of the strategies you're doing are literally trying to do exactly that, psychologically speaking. Next email. Hello, Mark. My second day. If a stock gaps up in the first 2 minutes, do we need to wait till it goes over before we trade? For example, 2 minutes green over red. Well, if it trades up in the first 2 minutes, you won't have a 2 minute red bar. Generally, on the green takes red, I like to wait for a few candlesticks, so I'm probably trying to do a little later in the day. Usually after two candles or three candles will I try it, as long as the stock is trading above the first 2 minute high. I hope that helps your question, and I look forward to more questions from you. Oh, this is interesting. Somebody sent me an email. I thought this article was very interesting, especially the ego aspect of men versus women day traders. All right. So the point is, women are better day traders than men statistically. If I took 100 women off the street and 100 men off the street and I trained all 200 people, the women would far exceed the men. I mean, to me, that's just a statistical fact. I think it would work 100 billion times in a row if I took a random 100 women and a random 100 men off the same street. So here's an article that somebody shared with us. It's from Vantage Point. Women make much better traders than men, they say. The top women who traded at the firm didn't make as much money as the top male traders, but overall the women were consistent and had a 40% success rate. Do you realize what kind of insanity that is? To be, in trading firms, like 90 plus percent of the people fail in every firm on the planet. But the women were consistent and had a 40% success rate. That is massively good. Only 10 women came to trade. There you go. There's a small sample size. While I was at the firm, and this is not me saying this is from an article, four were able to make a living off the markets. The high success rate of women actually drove up the overall success rate discussed above. If we look at just the males, the success rate drops to 3.4%, which is above average in my opinion, slightly above average. 10 out of 290, because 290 of the 300 total traders were male, and the 40% success rate for the women, 4 out of 10. Isn't that crazy? You had 290 men, 10 of them were successful. You have 10 women, 4 of them were successful. This goes to prove this, not prove, this substantiates my point. That's a huge difference. 3.4% success rate for men, 40% success rate for women. But because so few women came to trade, the overall success statistic remains low. I verified these stats with multiple current or former trading firm managers. Their stats were very close to those mentioned above, creating a larger woman trader sample size. That said, since the sample size is still smaller, subject to great variation, I will keep the 40% statistic and say that with a solid mentor, it's quite likely about 4 out of 10 women who want to day trade and give it a good shot, practice, and work at it could be successful at it. In a male dominated industry, the women who came to trade typically really wanted to do it and were serious about it. Many of the men who tried day trading are doing it with a I will give it a shot attitude. Not a good start. Be serious and commit to the process. Women simply don't seem to have the mental blocks and ego barriers that most men do. Women are more readily able to learn from their mistakes. A man will repeat the same mistake over and over again, unable to admit to himself he is wrong because of his ego. Women also listen to those they consider experts. Men usually consider themselves experts at everything already. You haven't met my wife. So while they may listen to what a real expert says, they typically don't do what is taught. These are general statements. There are, of course, women who have lots of internal blocks and barriers, and there are men who don't. Trading firms and brokers would be well advised to actively recruit women traders. I would. Are you kidding me? If I ran a trading firm, unless you were like had phenomenal results, I would just let any woman walk in blindly take on any woman into the firm. 100%. I won't even think twice about it. As an additional perk, of the males who are already successful, the presence of ladies on the trading floor tends to increase their performance. If you're experiencing performance that is lasting 3 hours or more, contact your doctor immediately. Look, bottom line, yes, women are better traders than men. It is not even remotely close. I'm going to share this article in the Newsbeat live room. It's just the same stuff I read to you guys, so you could just watch that aspect of the video again. Um, Yes, I'm telling you, it's not even an opinion. I'm telling you, it's like to that point. Next email. Whoa. Hey Mark, something I noticed that I wanted to share with the room. One of the indicators that you talk about on whether there will be a good PI is if the stock is trading above the first 2 minute high. Well, there's another indicator that I think might be helpful on whether it's a good idea to jump in. In Thinkorswim, it's called implied volatility, and it shows the current, you guessed it, implied volatility in the stock's price action. I like to put it in the same row as volume, but can't do that on the phone. Anyway, in Roku today, I think you brought that one up, and it was quite a successful call out. It was a great look. When you look at the chart, it looks like it basically grinded up all day. It did, yeah. Just to give you guys a little bit of context here. Here's a 2 minute of Roku today, just really as he's saying, grind it up. Although this is true, as you'll see from my picture, the IV sloped lower and lower through the day. This means that if you bought a call at 11:20 a.m. Central, which also happens to be hitting a 5-minute 21, and held it all day, even though it rallied another $10, you would have actually lost money because of the IV drop. Really? I think if you have this indicator on your charts, it can give you a good idea of what to expect from the price improvement because, as I always say, it's not every day we get a move like Tesla. By the way, here's Tesla's IV today, so anyone who had bad fills, it might not have been your entry. P.S. Please don't forget about my previous email. Okay, you did not share with me a picture in this email. Nor do I see your previous email because I probably went through it and deleted it after I went through it. I don't have there's no picture in this email, and I don't see your previous email. So could you kindly send it again? And I probably went over it because I delete emails only after I go over them. Do you have a strategy sheet for this play for the 1 minute and 2 minute red takes green or green takes red, rather, the parameters? Thanks. Yes, I do. There's a strategy we do for the green takes red. I'm going to. This is one of the strategies. There's a more updated one. Does anybody have the updated 2 minute green takes red? And you could just post it real quick for me so I can share it. Can somebody just quickly post the 2 minute green takes red? It's an open house ready to grow. We're going to get skewed results. Really skewed. All right. Thank you, Mark. That's all right. So this is the 2 minute green takes red. I'll also reply. This is a very important strategy. I just posted in the room. Again, in the link in the description, ladies and gentlemen, free access to the open house with the strategies if you really want to learn them. And if not, that's fine too. I hope you enjoy me going through real trader questions in real time. All right. Hello, Mark. I've been listening to you on toxicity. Would like to know how to identify if my trading strategy is toxic in nature. Can a strategy be toxic in nature even if I'm able to consistently make money off of it? Yes. And it depends how do you define consistent? Are you doing this strategy and making money practically every day, other than 1 or 2 days, 3 days, maybe a month? And when you lose money, are you losing a lot more than when you're right? Also, kindly explain why and how your strategies are not toxic. Okay, certain things cause psychological toxicity in a strategy. Wall Street's number one way of sharing toxicity in a strategy is basically you making a verbal contract with yourself that you're agreeing to lose a certain amount of money if you're wrong and forcing yourself to make a certain amount of money if you're right. That tends to be very highly psychological toxic because you're literally disregarding what the market does. If I buy a stock at $10 and say I'm going to sell it at $11 no matter what, and I'm going to stop out at $9.50 no matter what, you want to know what would be the least toxic thing? Is if it immediately stopped you out or went to your price target. That would have been the least toxic thing. Because one thing you're not agreeing to when you do that is how long you're going to hold the trade. So what if you buy the stock at 10 and it drops to 9.75 and then to 10 and then 10 and a quarter and then you're sitting there and you're looking at it all day and then it goes to 10.40 and then back down to 10, then back down to 9.70 and then back up to 10 and your stop is 9.50 and your take profit is 11. You're watching it and you're literally destroying your decision fatigue all day and you're literally turning psychologically toxic watching a position that didn't even stop you out or take your profit yet and nothing even happens, just moving up and down. The longer you hold a position, the more psychological toxicity can be applied to you. So that's why I also find it funny when people are managing 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 positions, which some of our traders do. Most people can't do that effectively. I mean, anyone could just buy 10 different stocks. I know you know how to. Most people can't do that effectively. Most people get destroyed when they do that. Um, so holding a position, and if you don't believe me, it's psychologically toxic. I could obviously offer you infinite amounts of proof. If you take an overnight, how many of you are on your phone right now looking, every so often where the stock closed overnight? You wake up in the morning, you want to see where it is in the pre-market, you're looking to see if there's any news. It owns you. The stock owns you. It's kind of funny, like when you walk your dog outside, it says who's walking who? Is the dog walking you or are you walking the dog, right? Um, how would you know if your strategy is psychologically toxic? How often do you feel good when you lose money? Seriously. I could ask Newsbeat Live members. How often do you do a losing trade in which you are happy about? I'm not saying every trade, but how often do you do a losing trade? Newsbeat Live members, type in 77 if you do losing trades and you're like, oh, great, that was a great loss, and you're happy about a losing trade. You see? It's kind of it's most of the time, right, Louis? Like Louis like most of the time. Are you happy? And by happy, I don't mean you're throwing yourself a party and with balloons, but you feel okay about it. You're cool. You're like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that was a good loss. Just like that. And if that's you, when you lose on this strategy, you're fine. If you never feel that way with your strategy, it's hurting you. And it's kind of crazy to think that you could lose money and be happy. Some people are like, how does that even make sense? Welcome to the Newsbeat Live Room. I'll share with you these strategies for free. Okay. Hope that helped you. All right. Woo. We got an email, ladies and gentlemen. Beaten down every which way possible in the market for over a decade, but still haven't quit. That's the title of this email. Hi, Mark. First, I want to start off by saying that another member of your service has spoken extremely highly of you and your service and urged me to join a few months back. Unfortunately, I was stuck in other paid services at the time. That's bullshit. You're never stuck in a paid service. Bite the loss. If you paid me $100 to punch you in the face for a month and after a week you had too many black eyes and busted lips, would you want to, well, I still paid for it, so I still got to get punched in the face for another 3 weeks? Don't make excuses. You screwed up. Own it. Not for signing up for the service, but by feeling that you were stuck in it. What a horrible way of thinking about a service. You're stuck in it. You're stuck in it. You know? Anyway, I'm going on, but I'm going to tell you how it is. I was stuck in other paid services at the time and wasn't ready to pull the trigger on yet another one of those subscriptions until one of those subscriptions were nearly over. Guess I'm a masochist? There you go. The punching in the face part, like I said, right? Plus, by the time I had found out about T3 Newsbeat Live, I was only able to attend the very last day of the previous open house and felt completely lost. Sign up today, ladies and gentlemen. But I decided this time I would be sure I would attend it from start to finish. I've been gambling in the market since 2008, which I feel was the worst year possible for any novice to get into trading and investing, in my opinion. You haven't seen 2002 and 2003. That was effing awful. I specifically use the term gambling and not trading because from about, which is correct in my opinion, because from about 2008 to 2018, that's all I basically knew how to do when it came to this game. I mean, all you had back then as a resource was the Yahoo forums. Um, I was running a room here and I was running in the main VTF here in T3 Live back in 2008, but I feel what you're saying. Remember those days? I do. 95% of my trades were just dice rolls on whether or not a company was going to miss or beat earnings, and the other 5% was chasing after breaking news. I even put my money into the hands of professional brokers, or as they like to be called these days, investment advisors, and had the incredible luck of being stuck with one who had a hard on for oil. Um, and kept my portfolio heavily exposed to it while it was crashing in 2015. I didn't go there, Kelly. Someone else did. I'm trying to divert the track right here. After enough account blowups and disappointments from professionals, I had my first son in 2018. How do you know it was your first son? And decided just to quit trading because I no longer want. I'm sorry. I'm God. I had my first son in 2018, congratulations, and decided to just quit trading because I no longer wanted to risk money that my children will need one day. Plus, my capital loss carryover is so huge, it'll take decades to use up. So, right off the bat, I came into the world of trading under pretty horrible conditions, have a horrible track record, and I'm sure you can only imagine the extent of psychological toxicity. I can imagine, and demons that haunt me with every single trade I enter or investment decision I make. Of course, after the COVID situation in 2020, I came out of hiding and decided to get back in. As you would expect, I had one great month and then got cocky and took one disastrous trade that nuked me, where I lost, I don't even remember the huge percentage of my account. My wife became pregnant with our second child a month early. That wasn't me. That was you. Um, and I was hell bent on recovering the money before he was born. This caused me to tilt as I tried to recover and just dug the hole deeper and deeper. At some point, I heard about trading gurus and discords and all that, which I have never tried before, so I figured, what else do I have to lose at this point? None of them got me anywhere. In fact, there was one service in particular in which I learned far too late that the guru was this narcissistic a-hole, most of them have huge egos, who constantly boasted about how incredible of an option scalper, or as he liked to call it, range trader, he was, as if the members were in the presence of the greatest trader of all time. I fell hook, line, and sinker for his hype after getting a small taste of his gains and prepaid for a year of service. I will admit his performance was hot for about 3 months last summer, but it turned out to be during those easy months, Apple and Tesla pre-split rally months. As you expect, he fizzled out shortly after those two symbols did in the fall. I started using his same methodology with my own personal trades, and before I knew it, all my gains from his service for the year were wiped out, and as I feared, I ended 2020 deeply red and, of course, never recovered the massive loss before my second child was born. I'm very sorry about that. All of this being said, I am still here. I still have money left in my brokerage account, though I purposely dropped my account under PDT as I do not feel I deserve to be taking unlimited trades each day. I did finally start learning about technical analysis, support and resistance, candlestick reading, and a deeper knowledge of why stocks move the way they do for the first time ever in my nightmarish trading career last year. I also seem to be able to have these multi-month green streaks with option scalping, but always puke the gains back at some point, usually due to entering a failed breakout that violently rejects. But I really don't know what my next move should be. I've watched hours and hours of your psychological toxicity YouTube videos over the months, and yet it's apparent that I still suffer from the toxicity despite all of the incredible knowledge and insight you provide. What advice would you give me? Was it a dumb idea to drop the funds in my account under PDT to protect myself from myself until I finally get consistency? The problem is when you are trading options below PDT, I feel that pressure in it and of itself can also cause poor decision making as well, since you're going into trades knowing you have limited ammo each day, which means you either size too low and don't make the gains you seek, or you are reluctant to accept the L and move on to the next trade because you know you only have X amount of buying power left. At the same time, I witnessed last year how badly I can spiral out of control when trading without buying power restrictions. I'm going to cut this email here as it's far too long, but I'm really hoping your guidance and knowledge can help me escape from this trading purgatory I've been eternally stuck in. Thanks. Okay. Your story is not that uncommon, unfortunately. You absolutely love trading. You love option scalping. We option scalp here, bro. I can't really speak on the guru and his strategy. I can't even speak on what you think you learned about candlesticks and other things. I can't speak about it because I don't know who taught you it. Whether it's good or bad, I have no idea. In terms of your psychological toxicity, it is massive. The whole point of, I would say, and again, I can't legally tell you what to do, but I would tell you, um, the whole point of your trading is not about making or losing money. It's about curing your psychological toxicity and finding a simple strategy. Under PDT, it's going to be harder than with PDT. You feel undeserving of it because you're not consistent yet. I wouldn't look at yourself as undeserving. I truly believe from the bottom of my heart that you have been misled your entire life. I'm not even always saying by like some narcissistic guru. I'm just saying maybe even innocently, with good intention, you've been misled your entire life. I always thought trading was supposed to be psychologically and mentally tough. I've been trading 22 years. I thought it was supposed to be like that. I didn't know it was supposed to be happy and fun and, dare I say it, easy. Now, granted, certain market environments are harder than others. I get it. But making money as a trader isn't hard. You know, you're not going to make the same money every single day, but once you take care of your psychological part, things become a lot easier. I think you've been trained incorrectly. Another problem with Wall Street is because so many people fail, Wall Street is invested in selling you these massive educational courses, these 80, 100, 120, 180, 2, 3, 4, 500 page manuals, and we'll give you our hardcover book, and we'll give you all this whatever. The most important part about trading is psychology. I mean, if I asked 10,000 traders what percentage of trading from a 0 to 100 they feel is psychology, most people would give it, the average would be over 90%. The average would be over 90%. So that's why I focus on psychology, because you need to chip away the psychological toxicity. I don't really want to comment on your PDT. You need to figure out what you do best. You should be trading paper. Figure out an option strategy which you do best. Practice it. Practice, 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 practice. We help you on that journey. I have helped people figure out what they do best as individuals. Following a guru and tagging along for the ride, if that worked, if following somebody who's a successful trader worked, 95, 96, 97, 98% of trading rooms wouldn't blow out that percentage of their members if it was that easy. The psychology part is important. It takes a lot of work to get people down that route, and people don't want to put in the effort for you. You know how much easier my life would be is if I just literally like spread my legs and flashed my P&L. You know how easy my life would be? Really would. Like I'd be, look, big ass P&L, bang, suck it. You want to follow me? Great. Pay up. Scan your credit card here. Oh, don't worry, we have a chip reader too. You want to know what our chip reader looks like? Just like that. This Newsbeat show is here thanks to viewers like you. Chip reader, baby. And if you have no chip, just swipe it right on that right side over there. Like that's the industry. That's the industry. So I don't think you were taught properly. I don't think anybody has taught you properly. And unfortunately, you know, you obviously want to trade for a career. I'm going to have to do a lot of work on you. If you join this room, you are somebody which will take a lot of work on my end. Are you willing not to put in the work, but to put in the right work? Most people are willing to put in work as traders. Very few traders are just like straight up lazy. Some are, of course, but like most aren't. You're just doing the wrong work. It's like you want to fly an airplane, but you're shooting basketball free throws. It just never brings you to the point where you learn how to fly an airplane. I will show you how to fly the airplane. I will give you what you need to do. I will not blow smoke up your behind and load you with a bunch of fluff. You would be a very big project for me to join this service. And if you joined, I would put in my efforts for you just like I would for every single other person who would join this room. I'm not going to snap my fingers and make your life easy. Well, you don't think I could give you a two-sentence answer and just basically, make my life easy and move on? Look, bro, we go over psychology all the time. I'll give you the free strategies. Follow along. Practice with a small amount. You'll be fine. Let's go. It is going to be a lot of work. I have to chip away. I have to help you learn how to chip away your entire psychological profile. You almost have to reinvent your brain. Not all. I mean, you do. And yes, I've dealt with people like you. I've dealt with people like you. I guess the real question at the end of the day is, am I that person that you want to try to help you? That's really what you're asking me. I will have to completely analyze your life. I will have to dig a lot deeper than what you are showing me in this email. And I will tell you what I would do in that situation and hope that I resonate my words very deeply with you and you're willing to go down those steps. You're actually in an advantageous position because you have a second child coming. Congratulations. Much respect there. And that's exactly what you need to get serious. I've made more money as a trader after I've had kids. Children show you the importance of work and making money. Children. And that's what was missing from your life in your early years as a trader. That's what was missing from your life. The urge to make money because of your kids. And that's a huge advantage for you. And I'm going to help you exploit that advantage. Now, you tell me if I'm the right person to help you. That's going to be up to you at the end of the day to decide that. But you're going to be a F ton of work. And I would do that for you if you wanted, just like I would anyone else. Can you please help my client friend here with his question during the Ask Mark tonight? Thank you, Team Newsbeat. Could you please let me know what Mark means when he says brick toss? um, Taking fire, need assistance. Help me, Newsbeat. like, um, what do I mean by brick toss? It means I throw away the position. Brick toss means I throw away a position. If I brick toss it, I mean I just got rid of it like it was a brick, like I don't even need this thing. That is what a brick toss. That is what a brick toss is, okay? It seems like this is when he front runs, but the target doesn't hit and the stock option starts moving away from him and he dumps the play. Yeah, brick tossed it or chucked it. Same thing. Right. He does this sometimes within a few seconds. Yup. I'm assuming this is to limit losses. Is that correct? Yup. But based on how big you go, that alone could yield a significant loss. I mean, it's all relative to gains. My question is that I should not front run like he is doing until I'm consistently profitable with scalp trades. I can't legally tell you what to do, but what makes you think you can't start with the lowest tier size and then work your way up? I'm just curious. Why assume that you have to do something totally different if you're trying to imitate it with not just a lower size? I didn't start at a heavy size. I started at the dead bottom just like everyone. In other words, should I wait until the trigger hits to buy or short the play? I can't legally tell you yes or no, but F no is my opinion on the matter. You should, in my humble opinion, can't legally tell you what to do. Front run the stock and wait and anticipate the trigger hitting before it does. Um, in other words, should I wait until the truth? So obviously, I'm speaking hypothetically and not asking for trading advice. Thank you. But if you were in this hypothetical situation, what would be a smart play in your opinion? Thanks. That's the right way to word it. Thank you for your email. Very important. I would do the same exact shit. I would front run a play. All right, you don't have to do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 contracts. You could start with one. And I would say, I'll start with one. I'm not going to make a lot if I'm right. I'm not going to lose a lot if I'm wrong. And I'm going to see if I could do this shit. And after doing it constantly and constantly and constantly and improving it and getting used to the methodology, you're going to be like, wow, I think I would be comfortable maybe with two at some point in your career if you're consistently profitable with one. And then from there, you could decide to go to three and four and five and six. You don't have to go 1 to 10 to 100. And you build yourself a cushion as you go up. So you build yourself a cushion with one, and then you have a little cushion for two, and you build it up with two. You see how that goes? That's what I would do in this situation. Excellent email. Hope that helped. This was written last night after I answered all the questions. Good evening. I am new to the trading room. Today was my first day. I trade with Schwab, but only stocks, not options. Today I heard that the vast majority of your operations are options. Not true. I do tons of common stock, hundreds of thousands of shares. um, I wouldn't say that, but anything that I do options with, generally you could do stock with, generally as a generalization. If I only trade stocks, will the trading room still work for me? Thank you, Mauricio from Argentina. Mauricio, hope everything is well for you in Argentina. Yes, a lot of people strictly trade stocks in this room, and a lot of times I am trading a lot of stock, common shares as well. It does work. I literally treat options as common stock. When I buy and sell Tesla real quick, I'm literally just buying calls, selling calls. You could buy stock, sell stock. I'm literally just using options as an instrument to trade the stock. That's all I'm doing. There's no complex butterfly spreads. There's none of I don't do that. Some people do. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's just not what I do. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope everything is good for you. I see that. Hope everything is good for you in Argentina. All right. Just have to snag a copy of yesterday's video. Uh, one second. Somebody's just. Okay. Next email. Hi, Mark. Thanks for both emails with the YouTube videos. I will study them, and if you don't mind, I'll get back to you if I have any questions. I don't mind. Please do. That's why I'm here. Love the Q&A, and thanks for your invaluable time and sharing. Best wishes. You are very welcome. I'm looking forward to you asking any other questions that you may have. Next question. I love the fact that you respond back to my emails. I sent my first one yesterday and I was shaking my head at how you knew that I had gone through some serious losses when I talked about blindly getting into Moderna. I'm taking things easy with this group and trying to really understand how to make sure I don't fumble. The best way to is to have your mind right from what I'm learning. I want to learn more about the mind of Mark and how he sees things. I can't wait to grow. It is my pleasure to help you. The best way to learn is by sticking around. The more I can show you, the more I can help you, the more I can be here for you. Um, And yeah, like I said, I don't do this. So normally you guys on YouTube and Facebook might be saying, he's not always doing these ask marks. I'm usually doing this privately in the room. I'm doing tons of private content for the room. I mean, I'm sure I have the record for creating more videos at T3 in T3's history. I mean, what am I up to with the Newsbeat shows and all the other shows I do? What, 1,500 to 2,000? Like I do a lot of videos. So I'm usually doing them in the background just for the room. I do a lot of personal content for the room. Just for the open house, I'm sharing it with you, but I'm doing this constantly for you guys. Hello, Mark. A newbie question. What is a VWAP and how do you set it up? A VWAP is called a volume weighted average price. I think you should just literally go on Google and type in what is VWAP. And if you type that in, it'll literally start defining how they come up with the, definition and what is the volume weighted average price, which is what a VWAP is. Now, your second part of the question, how do you set it up? I'll remove it and then I'll add it. I literally go on this green arrow. There's a green arrow on the top here. See this green arrow right there? This little green plus sign? Not arrow, I'm sorry, plus sign. It's a green plus sign right there. I left click it. I scroll down. And just where it says VWAP here, I don't know if you could read that. It says VWAP right there. I just literally click it and I have the VWAP. This is on TC2000 that allows you to do that. I can't talk about other platforms because I don't use them. Hope that helped. And it's also being used as a technical indicator, and you could read more about what exactly it is online. And I'm getting to your next email now. Hello, Mark. How can you quickly get out of a trade that goes against you? I was up over $3,000 in the morning. Should have quit for the day, but got greedy, and three more trades cost me negative 4,000 for the day. Discipline is what I lack. Would be nice if there was an easy way to be disciplined. LOL, thanks. Yeah, a lot of times there are a lot of traders here who do one, two, three trades in a day. They lock in their money early and leave. That's where the term bandit comes from Newsbeat bandits. I don't know which trades you have done that you made on or trades that you have lost on. I can help you with that. Discipline um, literally goes to your psychology, and I can help you with that. But I would need to see exactly what you did if I were to start analyzing if you did a smart trade or a dumb trade. Literally in the morning, I said, remember when I said if you're up money, just start tearing down? I literally said that today. That would have helped you a lot if that clicks in the future. I'm usually on top of that. All right. All right. And that's it. Those are today's videos. So yes, we are running an open house here, ladies and gentlemen. Market's been kind of choppy, but it gave me a really nice opportunity to talk to you and share with you things that we are doing here, as well as strategies and get acclimated to the room and whatnot. And from the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of everyone here in the Newsbeat live room, I hope you guys enjoyed this Newsbeat show. Happy trading, make money, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast.